Fuhrer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
Riddle's Jewelry is excited to be celebrating 65 years. 65 years of so many incredible memories celebrating with each of your special moments. In celebration of the 65th Riddle's Jewelry anniversary, we will be offering up to 40% off all engagement rings and all diamond fashion jewelry. The excitement doesn't stop there. Riddle's Jewelry is also offering 18 months, 0% interest and $0 down financing on all qualifying purchases. Riddle's Jewelry has always been known for incredible customer service, one of the largest selections of engagement rings, and don't forget about the on-site jeweler. Come celebrate with us at Riddle's Jewelry, your one-stop diamond shop with exclusive Levian jewelry, Pandora Charm jewelry, and more, all at Riddle's inside Gateway Mall. Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel is the answer to all your lunch and dinner cravings. They have everything from smoked turkey sandwiches to brisket burritos to burnt-in sandwiches and pulled pork. Try a dinner plate option of barbecue nachos, a half-smoked chicken, a full slab of ribs, and so much more. Don't forget their great sides like mac and cheese, cheesy potatoes, barbecue beans, or red slaw. Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel, open Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
What's the radon level at your home? Don't know? Find out with a call to Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Make sure your home is safe with a radon check from Bryant. If you've already tested, ask Bryant for a free estimate for mitigation. Once completed, you'll get a report showing how much safer your home is. When it comes to radon, call Bryant 467-1111 for testing and mitigation. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome to Off the Field. I'm your host, Kendall Lanier. You can use 402-464-5685 for the Starter Heyman text line. And to put a face to the voice, you can watch on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Allo Cable Channel 961. I'm so excited to welcome my guest, Racine Smith-Williams, Nebraska's first Black gymnast. Welcome. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you. I am wonderful. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for having me on your show. I truly appreciate it.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you. So tell me, where are you at now? I know you are back on the East Coast in Maryland. What are you doing now?
Yes, so I am a healthcare professional. I'm a case manager, and I coordinate services for children and adults so that they can live in their own home in the community and not in institutions such as a nursing facility. And I also have my own professional organizing business.
Awesome. And so do you still do anything with gymnastics, or are you just completely retired?
Physically, I am completely retired. However, once a gymnast, always a gymnast. So any opportunity that I have to go upside down, I will absolutely be upside down. My club coach's son owns a gym here in Maryland. So when they need coaches, they will call me. And then also one of my new titles, an author, I've been going to different gyms doing book signings. And also once a Husker, always a Husker. So whenever Nebraska is in DC, Maryland, or Virginia, I am always there to support them.
I love that. And so, how did you first get into gymnastics? I know you quote unquote started a little late in the gymnastics world at 13.
Yes.
How did that all start?
You're exactly right. I started very, very late. So prior to being a gymnast, I was a dancer. And with dancing, that went through the school year, and then we had the summers off. So my girlfriend in the neighborhood said to me one summer when I was 13, she said, "You want to come to the gym with me?" And I said, "Sure." So I asked my parents if I could go to the summer clinic for 1 week, and they said yes. So I went to the clinic for 1 week, and I loved it. Loved it. So I asked my parents, could I go for a second week? And they said yes. Loved it. I asked my parents if I could be in the camp the entire summer, and they said yes. Fell in love with gymnastics. And at the end of the summer, the coaches asked me if I wanted to be on the team. And my
Oh,
mom
wow.
said, "You have a decision to make." She said, "You cannot be a dancer and do gymnastics," because as a dancer, I was doing 6 disciplines.
Yeah.
And she said, "You absolutely cannot do both. There's not enough, time in the day to do that." So I chose gymnastics and never looked back.
Wow, yeah, no, I definitely understand. I was a dancer, so I know that takes up you too much time to do both, but what was it about gymnastics that made you love it so much?
The flipping.
Mhm.
So the reason my parents got me into dancing is because I was just flipping and upside down all over the house. On top of monkey bars, on top of the roof, literally on top of the roof of our house. And my mom said to my dad, "We have to find something for her to do."
Mhm.
And so dancing was a great outlet for me, but gymnastics, I just loved all the events, especially bars.
Yeah.
I just loved it.
Mhm. So what made you choose Nebraska? I know that was very far from home, but
Yes.
what went into that decision?
Well, in club gymnastics, it's an individual sport. In college, it is a team sport. While you can still win individual titles on events in the all around, it basically focuses on being a team sport. And I wanted to be on a team that was going to go to conference championships and national championships. And I knew the gymnasts who were being recruited in my year. I knew what level they were in gymnastics because we had seen each other at national championships prior to college. And I wanted to be on a building team. And so that's exactly what happened. I went to Nebraska. We were a building team. And by my junior year, we were winning conference championships and making appearances and the NCAA national championship and finished in the top 10.
Wow. Yeah. And what was it like to see yourself and your team grow so much from when you first started there?
It was amazing. So my freshman and sophomore year, we did qualify for regionals. My junior year, we were on top of the world. And we qualified for the national championships. It was also our first, or my first time, the team's first time winning the Big Eight Conference Championship. And when that call came to say that we were one of the top 12 teams to go to nationals, it was amazing. And just walking on that floor it's indescribable. It's just absolutely indescribable to walk on a national championship floor.
Mhm. Wow. And so, I mean, how did it feel to be the first Black gymnast at Nebraska? I mean, I'm sure that was a lot. I mean, what was that experience like?
40 years ago was a little bit different than today. And it's actually literally 40 years. It was 40 years ago this past August that I walked on the campus of the University of Nebraska. It wasn't talked about much. I knew I was the first Black gymnast because I could look around and see that. Leading up to that point, I was typically the only Black gymnast, or there's a very, very, very small number, especially when you get up to the national level of African American gymnasts. And while I knew I was the first, there was not discussion or talk around it like you would probably hear around those who are the first blank today.
Yeah.
It wasn't the same. So all I knew was that I was at a university where I could do gymnastics. The academics was on point and I could continue my gymnastics.
Mhm. And for you going into Nebraska, did you have any like personal thoughts of, well, I am going to be the only one, or was that something that you were very used to being in a sport like Nebraska?
I
I
was
mean,
used to
gymnastics.
it. And I was used to it.
Mhm.
At the pretty much at all levels, state, regional, Eastern, nationals, when I tell you there was just a handful of us, it's just a handful of us. I mean, I could tell you probably where every African American gymnast went to college in the country around my era because there just weren't a lot of us at all.
Yeah. Wow. And so what was your experience like once you got here?
Most of it was good. If I had to do it all over again, I would absolutely choose Nebraska. I would be a
Yeah.
Cornhusker. I bleed corn, okay? There were a few negative experiences. I was called the N-word. I had another athlete ask me, "Why do you have a problem with me calling you the N-word?" And I was just every time I tell this story, I have the same reaction as if it's happening for the first time again. I was not used to that type of language. So
Mhm.
I think I was so shocked when he asked me. But outside of that, my experience was very positive. My teammates, my coaches, we were very tight and we're still very close. From my year and 3 years behind me, we are very close. We keep in touch, we get together.
Yeah. Awesome. And I mean, do you now feel like that you kind of paved the way for a lot of the women, I mean, Black women at Nebraska now? Is that something you kind of feel?
I think back then, that was not a question on the table.
Mhm.
Those types of conversations didn't take place. And so if I did, I honestly didn't know it. However, I think as time has gone on, I believe that I have, I just didn't know it at the time. So for example, the forward in my book was done by the head coach of Fisk University, Coach Tarver. And we've known each other since we were 14 and 16. She's from New York. So we've competed against each other in club and college. She was the first African American gymnast at the University of Georgia. She's 2 years behind me. And she wrote in the foreword that Racine is a pioneer and has paved the way for other gymnasts. And when I read that, I was like, wow. But at the time, I didn't realize that. I wasn't thinking about things like that. But you're only 18. You just
Right.
I think if that were to happen today, if today I was the first African American gymnast at Nebraska, it would it
It'd be
would
all
be
over. Yeah.
right. It would be all over the place. But back
Right.
then it was, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'm so excited to get more into this. Right after the break, we'll have more with Racine in just a little bit.
Want to make new floor shopping easier? Come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Gentlemen, it's time to elevate your style with something from our men's jewelry and watch collection. Why not treat yourself to the ultimate in luxury? We've got an incredible selection of pre-owned Rolex watches, even those hard-to-find models you've been dreaming of. Whether you're stepping up your game day look or adding a touch of class to everyday wear, our top-tier collection is sure to impress. Stop by Sartor Heyman and discover the perfect piece to reflect your unique style. Until next time, happy shopping, guys.
NIPCO is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com. General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Attention students and anyone else looking for a great deal. Sun Valley Lanes and Games has the ultimate weeknight special. For just $15.95, enjoy unlimited bowling, lucky putt mini golf, and laser tag. Flash your college ID at check-in to receive $2 off your admission. It's the perfect way to unwind Sunday. SunValleyLanes.com for hours and availability. Sun Valley Lanes and Games, located at 321 Victory Lane.
Lincoln's best place to meet, eat, and compete. Sun Valley.
Explain to me again why we're sleeping on the ground.
Because we're thramping. Thrift camping. It's saving us money and getting us closer to nature.
But we don't need to thramp. I just combined our home and auto insurance with our State Farm agent, so we have a rate that fits our budget.
All right. Do you think our agent can bring us an air mattress?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Kreekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever. Just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing, 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Back to The Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Off the Field. I'm Kendall Lanier, and joining me is Racine Smith-Williams, Nebraska's first Black gymnast. And we were just talking about how you didn't necessarily feel like you paved the way, but you, in hindsight, you did. And you graduated in 1989. I mean, why do you think it took so long for you to be the first? I mean, just in the whole culture of gymnastics, with there not being as many people of color, and then just also Nebraska in general, why do you think it took so long to get there?
Well, first of all, I started at Nebraska, as I said earlier, 40 years ago, 4 decades ago. There were not many gymnasts of color, so you don't have a pool to choose from. I have a friend who has done some history regarding African American gymnasts and competing and at the NCAA D1 level. And she said, Racine, you're probably not going to believe this, but I'm pretty sure you are in the first 5 of African American gymnasts to compete at a D1 school. And I hadn't even thought about that before. So you just don't have a large pool to choose from. I remember the year that I was being recruited, I can think of one gymnast that was the same years that I was. And then when I was doing my recruiting trips, I only saw one Black gymnast.
Wow.
Just one.
Yeah.
So you just didn't have a large pool to choose from. So you're not going to have, a lot of gymnasts on D1 collegiate gymnastics teams, or probably any level for that matter.
Mm-hmm. And with there not being a large pool to choose from, do you think it's obviously gotten a lot better now, but back then, was there a certain barrier just in gymnastics that maybe Black people didn't feel welcomed enough, or why do you think there weren't more Black women in the sport in general?
Gymnastics is a very expensive sport. It is very, very expensive. Nowadays, African American males and females are participating in sports that we have not participated in the past. Depending on the sport, we still may have to drive an hour. It's nothing for gymnasts to drive an hour one way to go to practice. My gym was probably about 35, 40 minutes away. And my father didn't go back home. He would just stay, on the side where the gym was with me. But it's a very expensive sport. And, 40 years ago, most of us would gravitate to the sports that we knew on, basketball, football, track, and those sports are not as expensive.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, looking now in today's world with Gabby Douglas, Simone Biles, Jordan Childs, doing so many amazing things, what does it mean to you to see how far gymnastics has come for Black people?
Oh, wow. You're going to give me goosebumps and make me cry. Those 3 names that you just mentioned, unbelievable. And then, Simone Biles, as an ex-gymnast, I'm here to tell you, I have no words for her. Okay, GOAT. But I feel like there is just not a word in the English language that can describe her, because she is unbelievable.
Yeah, she is.
Period. And then Jordan Childs, she is just bringing a whole new flavor to the collegiate level.
Right.
So back when I was doing gymnastics, once you finished at the elite level or Olympics, you retired. But now we see more elite level gymnasts and Olympians going to the collegiate level. So after the Olympics and the elite level, you don't have to retire anymore. There's a whole new world out there called collegiate gymnastics. And those who have transitioned over, it looks like they are thoroughly enjoying it. And we can all tell that Jordan is loving it. So she, went to the collegiate level 2 Olympics ago, took a break to train for 2024. And I believe she's back at UCLA again. So it's really lifting the level of collegiate gymnastics.
Yeah. And speaking of Jordan, she's very known for her floor routines to Beyonce, and just, very much shows her personality. Is
Yes.
that something that has changed a lot since when you were a gymnast in college?
Yes, it's funny because you now have more African Americans watching gymnastics.
Mhm.
And I know my friend's husband said one time, "Oh, look at them dancing to hip hop music." And my girlfriend said, "Racine used to do that." I switched my music from my sophomore to my junior year, and I was using hip hop, Stetsasonics, rap music, the latest dance moves, but no one would know that because there was no cell phone video,
Right.
you know, all of those things. So yes, it has definitely changed. It's changed at the club and collegiate level. It's slowly coming into the elite and Olympic level, but I'm not sure if the international judges are quite ready for that yet. I'm not
Right.
sure
Yeah.
because I see a drastic change in floor routines and music from the collegiate floor routines coming back to the elite Olympic level.
Mhm. And in terms of skill, a lot of former gymnasts have said maybe it's not as hard as it used to be, different things like that. What do you think of that when people kinda put that rhetoric out there?
I think it's just that rhetoric. What do
Mhm.
you mean it's not as hard as it used to be? The
Yeah.
skills are getting more and more difficult. Here's something that most people don't know. In gymnastics, there are different skills, and attached to each skill is a letter, which could be worth different tenths of a point. After the Olympics, they devalue everything.
Mhm.
So that forces the level of gymnastics to go higher and higher.
Right.
So it's not getting easier, it's getting harder, except for Simone. She's in a class by herself.
Right, yeah.
But for others, I mean, we just had the Olympics, so they will start to devalue skills. And you're going to have to work harder, do more combinations to get the same score this year or, years to come versus years past.
Yeah. And as someone who has seen gymnastics in a lot of different stages and levels, do you think gymnastics is where it needs to be? I know we have Simone doing such amazing things and then so much going on in the collegiate level, but is there anything that you still wish gymnastics could grow more in?
I wish that we could have gymnastics in more HBCUs.
Yeah.
Fisk University was the HBCU, the first HBCU to have a gymnastics team, and then Talladega. Talladega has now stopped their program. So now it is back to just, I think one team Fisk, but I think another team may come on board this year. I'm not sure. Maybe I think it might be Wilberforce.
Okay.
But again, Talladega, I don't know what happened, but their program folded. Again, it's expensive. It's not like, you can go to a gym and find a hoop or practice outside on a field. I know at Fisk University, they have to travel, I don't know, 7 or 10 miles and go train at a club team. So that's what I wish there were more of. I know now that was something that just gave me goosebumps and made me cry when I saw Fisk in their inaugural season to see an entire African American gymnastics team with all female coaches and the head coach, a friend of mine from 40 years ago. We've known each other since we were 14 and 16.
Oh, wow.
The first time I feel like I'm about to cry again. The first time I saw them, and I could not understand why I was so emotional. I was so emotional.
Yeah.
And then someone explained it to me. Are you familiar with the saying, "We are our ancestors' wildest dreams"?
Yes. Mhm.
So in this day and age, you and I would be the dream, correct?
Yeah.
In the world of gymnastics, I'm not the dream, I'm the ancestor.
Mm.
And that's why I was so emotional.
Yeah.
And I knew I was emotional, but I hadn't thought about it in that sense. I mean, I'm about to sound real old. I'd never thought I'd ever see an all Black gymnastics team.
Yeah.
That was heavy for me.
And I know you got your master's at Bowie State and HBCU. I went to Howard, and I mean, just transitioning from Nebraska and going to an HBCU, what was that experience like?
Very different. um, just in itself, undergrad from grad is very different. And of course, undergrad, I lived on campus or around campus. Grad school, I was living back at home and working full time and going to grad school. Um, it was very different. You know, it's one thing to be a student athlete and to be that involved at a university at the D1 level, as opposed to when I was in grad school. You know, I just went to grad school.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. I mean, in just the mental side of gymnastics, I mean, it already requires a lot. But I mean, like you said, I guess you didn't really think of yourself as the first, and that didn't really have too much weight in your experience. But just the whole mental side, I mean, with also not having support from maybe other teammates that looked like you.
um, well, I'm sorry, repeat the question again. What was the
Just
question?
the challenges of the mental side of gymnastics with also
Okay.
being the only Black person on the team.
So the mental side of gymnastics is you need to have a short memory. You know, you have 4 events, and whether you're in practice or you're in a competition, if you fall on one event, you know, within 20 minutes, it's time to go to the next event. So you have to have a short memory. It's time for a new event. Forget what you just did. In terms of not having support from people who look like me, again, I was so used to it.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
that's that's all I knew. That's all I knew. That's all I saw. And whether I was on club gymnastics or at the collegiate level, my teammates were very supportive of me. So and we loved each other. So there were no issues around that.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's good to hear. Well, we'll have much more with racing right after the break. We'll be right back.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Gentlemen, it's time to elevate your style with something from our men's jewelry and watch collection. Why not treat yourself to the ultimate in luxury? We've got an incredible selection of pre-owned Rolex watches, even those hard-to-find models you've been dreaming of. Whether you're stepping up your game day look or adding a touch of class to everyday wear, our top-tier collection is sure to impress. Stop by Sartor Heyman and discover the perfect piece to reflect your unique style. Until next time, happy shopping, guys.
NEBCO is hiring CDL drivers for ready mixed concrete, Husker concrete, and Beatrice concrete. NEBCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEBCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com. General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Attention students and anyone else looking for a great deal. Sun Valley Lanes and Games has the ultimate weeknight special. For just $15.95, enjoy unlimited bowling, lucky putt mini golf, and laser tag. Flash your college ID at check-in to receive $2 off your admission. It's the perfect way to unwind Sunday through Thursday nights. Check out sunvalleylanes.com for hours and availability. Sun Valley Lanes and Games, located at 321 Victory Lane.
Lincoln's best place to meet, eat, and compete. Sun Valley.
Explain to me again why we're sleeping on the ground.
Because we're thramping, thrift camping. It's saving us money and getting us closer to nature.
But we don't need to thramp. I just combined our home and auto insurance with our State Farm agent, so we have a rate that fits our budget.
All right. Do you think our agent can bring us an air mattress?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever. Just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Off the Field. I'm Kendall Lanier, and with me is Racine Smith-Williams. Racine, we've talked a lot about you and being a gymnast, and being a gymnast has its own set of challenges, but also being a Black gymnast has its own as well. I mean, hair has been a big debate in the past couple of months with Olympics. I mean, also just since forever. I mean, Gabby Douglas had her own issues with her Olympics, with the media's backlash about their hair while they're, competing at the highest level in their sport. How does that kind of make you feel? And did you ever experience anything like that?
I'm so over it.
Yeah.
I am so over it. When Gabby was in the Olympics in 2012 and won the all-around Olympic gold medal. Let me say that again. The all-around Olympic gold medal.
Right.
I mean, I can't speak for her, but, hair is not one of the first things we're thinking about. Yeah. When you look at Gabby Douglas, when she was training for the 2012 Olympics, she lived in Iowa, with a Caucasian family and had an Asian coach. I went to school in Nebraska, which is right
Right.
next door to Iowa. Do you know what it was like to find someone to do my hair?
Mm.
There was one person in the city, in the entire
Wow.
city.
Yeah.
One person, okay?
Mhm.
You know, it's ridiculous. I was so upset of all the comments that they were making about Gabby and her hair and Simone and her hair. They just won Olympic gold all around medals, and we're talking about the hair.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the dedication, the practice, the discipline that it took to
Yeah.
again win the Olympic all around gold medal? And I will share this. And those who are gymnasts would know this, but those who aren't probably don't know this. Simone didn't even throw all of her hardest skills.
That's
Like
crazy.
there was a harder dismount that she could have done on beam,
Mhm.
and she didn't do it. So why are we concentrating on hair?
Right. Yeah. It's very frustrating, and I'm sure as a gymnast, it's even more frustrating to hear, so I can only imagine. But with the media, that's not something that you really had to deal with as much. Of course, there are a lot of pros, but also a lot of cons. Is that something you maybe wish you had more of, or, do you kinda see the cons of it and kinda are okay without it?
I think with social media, any platform, there's pros and cons.
Mhm.
Um, I do wish I had more videos of me doing gymnastics, which would have been great. Back in the day, when you're going to colleges, we had to do this thing called write a letter, and you fold it up and you put it in the envelope and put a stamp on the envelope and put it in snail mail.
Yeah.
And now everything is just instant, instant, instant. Everyone knows everything within a matter of seconds.
Right.
So I think social media has its pros, but I also think social media has its cons.
Yeah. I definitely agree. And, you have started a new chapter. You have a book now. Where did that start? And tell us what it's about.
So this is a very interesting story. If you were to ask any of my friends about Racine being an author, they would be like, "What?" So my best friend from undergrad called me early in the morning in March of 2021 and said, "We need to write a children's book about an African American gymnast." And I thought, "You want me to do what?"
Yeah.
And I thought, "You have never, ever heard me say I wanted to be an author."
Mhm.
Those were my thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Then about 2 seconds later, I was like, "I love it. I love it." And I entered into a world that I knew absolutely nothing about. And so when I couldn't sleep at night 3 or 4 times over 3 or 4 weeks, I would just lay in the bed. I would think about the book, and the story would just come to me. I would get up the next morning, do voice to text on my phone, and that was the birth of Upside Down is Right Side Up.
Wow. Yeah. And so that's amazing because I feel like a lot of times in life, we may be presented something that we don't feel comfortable with. It's out of our comfort zone, but could lead to so many bigger things. How are you able to lean into that? And what type of doors did it open up for you?
It is a lot of work. It is a lot of work getting this book out, but I am having so much fun. I published a book on the opening day of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Wow.
And this past Saturday, I had my 6th book signing slash event, and I have 6 more on my calendar. And I just put on my calendar my first event for 2025, and that does not include my long list of other things to follow up with.
Yeah.
It's been fun. It really has.
Yeah. Wow. And just transitioning into new phases, new chapters, how was it for you transitioning from being a collegiate athlete and, having such an intense schedule to moving out of that and kind of going into the regular world?
Right. So, at the collegiate level, um, you have 5 years to do 4 years of eligibility, except for the whole COVID thing that kind of threw things
Mhm.
off a little bit. But I competed 4 straight years in a row. And so I needed one more year of school to complete my degree. And when my 5th year of school came around, I did everything like I was still a gymnast. I still had all morning classes. I didn't sleep in. And then when I finished my classes, I remember thinking literally, what do I do now? Like I was lost. I was lost
Yeah.
my 5th year of school. So I would go back into the gym and just help out there. When Nebraska had home meets, I would, sit at the table and help with the scoring and things of that nature. Transitioning into the workforce, that was fine. Gymnasts are very disciplined,
Yeah.
very, very disciplined. Um, we have a lot on our plate. So moving over into the workforce was not a big deal.
Mhm. Is there
Yeah.
any other skills that you got from gymnastics that you carry with you today in your personal life?
I think it's innately me, but I also think it's also from being an athlete is just being very organized, a planner, setting goals, objectives, things of that nature, rebounding back from disappointments. I think all of that has come from being an athlete.
Yeah, definitely. And when you finished, were you kind of ready, or did you want to do anything else with gymnastics, coach, or anything? Are you kind of ready to move out of that space?
Well, when I graduated from undergrad, I was coaching along with I had a full-time job in my major, but I do remember specifically at my last national championships when I was a senior crying. And I think all gymnasts go through that
Yeah.
because you just feel like this is it.
Mhm.
This is the last competition and you do kind of miss it in the beginning
Yeah.
because that was your life. It was a short-lived life for me. Most gymnasts, a lot of gymnasts start gymnastics, at 5 and 6, and I started at 13. So I had 5 years of club and 4 years of collegiate, but they were great. They were
Yeah.
great.
Mhm. And have you been back recently at all to see anything, or you mostly support when they come to the East Coast?
Oh no, I've been back. Well, the last time I was in Nebraska was 2020.
Okay.
Nebraska built the men's and women's team a new facility, and I was out there for the ribbon cutting in March of 2020. And then prior to that, I was out in 2018 because my teammates and I decided to get together and have a reunion at Nebraska.
Mm,
So
yeah.
I'm trying to get out there again. It's taking a little while, but
Yeah. And so many things have changed in just the collegiate space in general with NIL and just the way people pay attention to women's in sports now. Is that something you've enjoyed seeing just I mean, I go to a Nebraska meet, it's so packed in there and people really care about supporting the athletes. So what has
Mhm.
that been like for you to see?
I'm gonna be selfish. I want a do-over. I
Yeah,
want a
I can
do-over
get
just to
that.
see what kind of deals I could have gotten.
Right.
I
Yes.
really do. And the facilities are just, oh my goodness, absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I think it's great. I think it's great for the athletes.
Yeah. And as someone who was the first and you didn't really fully realize it at the time, but you did kind of open doors and pave the way for people to come. What advice do you have for younger athletes or Black women being the first in spaces to where you are now, how just kind of they can stay inspired and just kind of stay on the grind to make it through?
Well, I think because we have more African American females in sports that we weren't in the past, we hopefully could find our tribe, even if it's not in the same sport. And maybe it doesn't even have to be a sport. It can be whatever, where there aren't many African Americans. And if we can find our tribe, we can draw on the strength of each other to continue on.
Yeah. And is there anything that you really miss about gymnastics?
I loved being with my teammates and traveling and competing and grinding. It's just nothing like it when you've worked so hard and then you see the positive results of all the dedication and practice. Just, you know, I remember winning my first Big 8 conference championship, and it was unbelievable. I remember walking into the gym, and you know the saying, the tension was so thick you could cut it with a knife. I felt that. Like, I've never felt that ever again, but I felt it walking into the gym my junior year, and we meant business. And to put all that blood, sweat, and grind in and to come out on the other side as champions, there's just nothing like it. Even when I look at sports on TV today, if I'm looking at any national championship in any sport, when they walk on that floor, I get a feeling. I get that feeling of, yeah, you did it. You did it. It is a great feeling.
And how did you kind of keep the pressure out when you got in those moments? I'm sure it was a lot, but you just kind of stayed you. What was that like?
Again, at the time, I was just doing a sport that I loved.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
that was the bottom line. And because I wasn't in gymnastics very long before I went to the collegiate level, I wasn't burned out
Right.
at all, not even remotely close to it. So I just loved it. Matter of fact, on my first recruiting trip, I'm the first athlete in my family. And the first athlete to receive a full athletic scholarship. So when I started being recruited, this was all new to me and my family. And I remember I went on my first recruiting trip, and I remember thinking, you're going to pay for my school if I do gymnastics? Oh, well, I'll do gymnastics anyway. Like, the whole concept was foreign to my family and I, completely foreign. So it was like, oh, this is kind of cool. So I can continue to do what I love in college, and you're going to pay for my school?
Yeah.
Oh,
A
okay.
win-win. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer win-win. This is great. I'm loving this.
Right. Oh my gosh. Well, it has been such a pleasure to have you, Racine. You are such an inspiration to all women and just, so inspiring to hear your story and everything that you are doing now. So
Thank
best
you.
of luck with your book tours. And thank you so much for coming on Off the Field with Kendall Lanier. We'll see you all next week.
Thank you.